Greetings of peace. Welcome to the session 9. I'm going to share more experiences with you. One day at San Antonio Center, a lady brought her terminally ill sister who was dying of lung cancer. When I saw the sister who was suffering from cancer, I told her sister that she is very serious. You should take her to the hospital. Her sister told me that I brought her from the hospital. I want you to talk to her. Her sister, who was terminally ill, was very depressed, looked sad. She was not interested in listening to me. She was not even looking at me. But I still started talking to her. I was telling her that I know your body has cancer and you are suffering. But it is your body which has cancer. Your body is sick, but you are the spirit. You are the soul. You do not have cancer. Then I told her that when we take birth, our mother and someone else receive us. When it is time for us to leave the body, there is always our spiritual parents to receive us. I know you are afraid. You don't know what is going to happen. You are worried about what is going to happen to your sister. But the experience of living the body is always beautiful. When you are ready and ready to leave your body, you will see someone very loving, very caring, blissful, peaceful light to receive you. This light is your spiritual parents. This light will receive you, give you warmth, give you happiness, and you will forget everything about the suffering, the sickness of the body, and you will be lost in love. So don't be afraid. Then I told her sister that she should take her sick sister to the hospital. After midnight, I received a phone call, and her sister was on the phone. I asked her, "How is your sister?" She told me, "My sister just left the body, but she asked me to call you and share her experience with you." Her sister told me that before she was going to leave the body, she was holding my hand. She looked very peaceful. She looked happy. I have never seen my sister this peaceful and happy after she was diagnosed to have cancer. My sister told me that I'm very comfortable. I am not in pain anymore. I see a beautiful light, very warm, very loving. This light is standing in the corner of the room, telling me, "My child, whenever you are ready, I'm waiting." So my sister told me, "I'm ready to go. This light will take care of you also." And then she told her sister that tell that doctor that I will see her again. Then one day I was at the center in the afternoon and I heard a loud, big explosion. I was deaf for a few minutes. The shrapnel from that explosion penetrated the walls and came through the window. I was afraid, so I ran out of the house. I saw all our neighbors across the street, outside the fence of the house where explosion had taken place. One neighbor told me, "We need a doctor." So I ran. All the neighbors who were outside the fence told me, "Don't go there. There are explosions. Don't go there." But I still went there. It was like a war zone. I saw 2 craters. Inside one crater was a boy who was badly injured. The blood was pouring out of his body. I could see his heart. I could see his lungs. I could see big fleshes which had been torn from his body. His hand had separated from his arm and he was bleeding. He was coming into consciousness and going out of consciousness. As soon as I saw the boy, I told my neighbor to call the ambulance. I told him to go inside the house, get me bed sheets, and ice. I was constantly talking to this boy. I was telling him, don't go to sleep. This boy was afraid. He asked me, am I going to die? I said, no, you are not going to die. You are going to be alive. But just go on talking. Then this boy told me, I'm seeing a light next to you. Are you going to save me, or this light is going to save me? I told him that this light is the light of God. He has come to save you. I'm the one who is helping him. Then I packed ice in the wounds, tied it up with bedsheets. I put his hand where it belonged to, put ice on it, tied up with bedsheets. I put lots of tourniquets to make him stop from bleeding. Then I told him that keep your eyes open. I'm going to go and help your brother. His brother was in another crater. I did same thing. He was not hurt that badly. I put ice, I put bedsheets around, I put tourniquets, and then after about 10 minutes or longer, the ambulance came. While I was in the crater and talking to the boy, who was a little bit better, he was fully conscious. So I asked him, where are your parents? He told me, my parents have gone to the church to pray. What had happened was there were 3 boys. They took a big lead pipe, packed it with 10 pounds of gunpowder, blocked one end, and lighted the other end. And this was the reason the explosion took place. After this, I was visiting Nairobi in Kenya, and I was giving a conference about out-of-body experiences. After my talk finished, a girl came to me. She was dressed exactly like me. Very, very pretty young girl. She had a white purse, and she told me the day the conference was, that was the day they go to their temple with the family, ask each other for forgiveness, and let past be the past, and become peaceful and harmonious family. She told me that 5 years back on the same day, it was the day to go to the temple, ask for forgiveness and forgetting, and create a harmonious, peaceful family. After she got married, Her sister-in-law was very jealous of her. She would always find faults with her. There were always quarrels. There were fights in the family, and the home had become peaceless after she had joined the family. So on the day where they were supposed to go to the temple, her sister-in-law approached her, this girl, and told her that we will go to the temple together. I want you to forgive me. I will forgive you, and we will forget our past, and we will live peacefully and happy family. She said, I was so happy. My sister-in-law told me that you wait outside this shop. At this time, I'll come and pick you up, and we will go together alone. I was waiting outside the shop when two strong men came, grabbed me, and dragged me across the street to a river. They tied me up with a rope, my hands. I immediately jumped out of my body. I saw a knife. They stabbed me about 25 times, tied my hands with the rope and stones, and threw my body in the river. I was watching all this. When this was going on, I saw a beautiful, bright light. This light told me, my child, you are all right. Nothing is going to happen to you. I felt very happy, and I was not afraid or fearful of what was happening to my body. I knew immediately that my sister-in-law had hired these two men to murder me. Then I saw in the bottom of the river the ropes around my hand come loose. I jumped into my body. I dragged my body out because I was bleeding everywhere. I walked across the road. I went to the same shop. I was standing outside. The shopkeeper called the ambulance. I had multiple plastic surgeries in last 5 years. When my husband found out about this, he was very upset. He wanted to move out. of the joint family, and he didn't want to see them ever again. He wanted to take my sister-in-law to the court. I told my husband, "You can go. I have forgiven my sister-in-law because that white light told me. I'm going to forget my past and I'm going to make up with my sister-in-law." The whole town knew about this incident. It was in all the newspapers. She had the clipping of that newspaper. So I asked her, "So how is everything now?" She told me that we have the most peaceful and harmonious joint family. My sister-in-law has become my best friend. I am sharing with you all these experiences because after listening to me, you know I'm talking about this light. I would like to share one more experience with you. One day, I was in Mexico City at the University of Mexico giving conference on death and dying. After the conference, the director of the hospital approached me and told me that he wanted my guidance. There was a patient recovering from cardiac surgery. Before the surgery, this girl was engaged to one of the doctors in the same hospital who was a cardiac surgeon. After her surgery, this girl immediately cancelled her engagement, cancelled her wedding, and she told the anesthesiologist that I don't want to see the face of my fiancé because the engagement is cancelled and I don't want him to see me. The director told me that they were both in love with each other. And now she doesn't want to even talk to him. We want to know what happened. So he took me to this girl who was recovering from cardiac surgery. I asked her, "What happened? You cancelled your engagement and you are so much upset. The one whom you loved." She told me that during the surgery, she had cardiac arrest. She jumped out of the body. They were trying to revive her. The cardiac surgeon was informed. He was sitting in the cafeteria thinking about the surgery. She said, "When I was outside the body, I heard my husband-to-be saying that she is a cardiac patient now. My life will be not happy with this girl. It is better if she dies. I heard it. I felt betrayed. So I took this decision. I told her, but if you've broken the engagement, just let him know why. She said, I'm very upset. This is not necessary. I said, settle this peacefully. Let me talk to him. Only if you give me permission, I will talk to him. She gave me permission and I talked to this cardiac surgeon. I told him that I know why she broke the engagement and she doesn't want to see you. But you have to tell me the truth. What happened when you got the message from the operating room that your fiancée had cardiac arrest and she might not make it? What thoughts you had? What were you thinking? He said, I had many thoughts, but I also thought that I don't want to marry her. She is going to be a cardiac patient. My life will not be happy. It is better if she dies. So I told the cardiac surgeon that she heard your thoughts. And this is the reason why she doesn't want to see you anymore. I have been speaking about this light so that when you meditate, when you connect with this light, this meditation is with a live being. It is just not a physical light. This conscient, omniscient light is alive, but invisible being. Like we all souls are invisible being, but live. This will make it easier for you to connect and have close, loving relationship with this light. So now we will meditate. Relax your body. Focus your thoughts, your mind on your forehead. I am a point of light, live, conscient, thinking being. I am the master of this body. Now, with my thoughts, I go to the subtle world, the world where I experience, the subtle world of experiences. I feel I'm an angel. I feel I am an angelic being, far, far away from my body, from the old world. I feel happy, peaceful, loveful. I'm giving the current of happiness, love, bliss to all my brother souls in the physical world. I feel free. I feel I am flying. Now, I take my thoughts to the supreme region, the region of lights, the place where all the souls call home. It is not a physical place, but it is where we rest in the awareness of peace. My thoughts are in this sweet, sweet, silent, peaceful home. I see a beautiful, sparkling light. In this sweet home, I join this light. This light is the lighthouse and the might house, spreading vibrations of peace, silence, serenity, love, bliss, joy to all the souls on earth and to all the elements of the universe. I am with this light, absorbed in the experience of deep, deep peace. Now I become aware of this physical world again. So tomorrow we are going to talk about how we can make our immune system strong. Thank you.